Hey, Sports Talk in the Man Cave. How you guys doing?
Good.
Very good, very
Great.
good.
What? Yeah, hey, the games last week were fabulous, man. There was a lot of great games. I don't know if any of them stood out to you guys. Anyone in particular that you all liked, or any player that stood out?
The Saints looked good. The Packers looked bad. That stood out to me.
Very true. Very true. Gilbert.
The Bills were a big letdown. They were big. They were projected by a lot of people to come out strong, and Josh Allen, he kind of I guess he let his guard down in the fourth quarter, or he kind of dropped the ball there. I guess the Steelers.
Big time. Charlie, any games that stood out to you?
Well, I like the comeback of the Chiefs because I was keeping up with that game, and I believe that they were down like 15 zip. At one time, I thought, oops, they're on the way to losing, and then they end up winning 33-30 or something.
Yeah, no, that was a great game. They played really good, and actually Cleveland could have won that game, but
Cleveland should have won.
yeah, they should have won that game. But the Chiefs are good. The Chiefs are pretty good. I just don't know if they're gonna they're gonna be as great as what we think they're gonna be throughout the season. So
I think they showed something being behind by so much, and then coming back to win the game. Like,
Yeah, I think they're going to be good.
they
It's always competitive for them at the beginning. I feel like they're just like a playoff show up to the playoffs team.
yeah
Yeah, I guess we got to give Cleveland some credit. They're really talented, man. I mean, they're like one of the most talented team, if not the most talented team in the NFL. It's just that like the difference is that the Chiefs have Pat Mahomes and the Cleveland Browns don't.
Yeah.
That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, very true. I liked in particular the Dolphins. They played pretty good against the Patriots. They I didn't like that they were changing quarterbacks back and forth on those specific downs when they needed to run the ball or something like that. But other than that, I thought they played really good. So Dolphins look impressive. We'll see how it goes for them this season. Um, let's talk about the games this week. We had one game already. Washington beat the Giants.
Washington beat the Giants. It was a super good game. I mean, the Giants take the lead with very little time left, and Washington came back and scored. And they actually missed the field goal, and the Giants were offsides, so he got a second shot at it and made
Wow,
the field goal.
that's rough.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that it's time to start thinking about Saquon Barkley being a bust. He came out of Penn State, and everybody was saying he was the next Barry Sanders, and I mean the guy. I know he's been injured and everything. I know they don't really have a line, but it's either a home run or he gets stuff behind the line. I mean, maybe they need to trade him, but it's not working out there.
well, he's coming back from the ACL injury,
With
Yeah.
the
so he's kind of iffy ACL injury, and uh, he's not all there mentally, I believe, but he did show a couple of good runs there. I think he had a 26 yarder at one time, and he looked good on that run. I mean, but you do need a line. I don't care who you are, well, except for Barry Sanders, so he's no Barry Sanders.
And it goes back to what I've been saying. I've been saying it, for as long as we've been talking, is that you don't draft a running back that high.
Yeah, I mean, he had 13 carries, 57 yards, 4.4 average, but it was maybe that one big run that he had, of course. That
26 yarder.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Barkley, I mean, he was scary that first year, that he played, but so was Zeke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Zeke still looks scary.
Hombre.
Scary in what way? How does it look scary?
He's like a good Halloween. Just he doesn't even need a mask. I mean, just damn.
Yeah, we'll see, man. So yeah, that was a good game, but there's a couple good games coming up, and why don't we go through a few of those games? Gilbert, do you have one game in particular that you want to point out this week?
I would take him as an upset, but I know that I have a really good feeling. I have a really good gut feeling that they're going to cover. I like Detroit possibly beating the Green Bay Packers this week. I think that this offseason was horrible for the whole organization. You know, Aaron Rodgers holding out and wanting to be the Jeopardy host and am I going to get traded? Am I going to hold out? And like either you're all in or you're not all in. And it's carried over through the season and it's showing up in the play. So I think that it's gonna just be a total domino effect, and I don't think they're gonna have a good year this year. So I'm calling it, and the Lions are 11.5 dogs this week. So I think that if you're a betting man, I would take the Lions. Okay.
Okay, we got our first book it again. Well, you had a book it. You were the only one with a book it last week. And
yeah, I gotta shoot my shot.
you did good, man. You did good. So, okay, that's your book it. Carlos, do you have any game in particular that you're looking at?
I do. I think last week I said that. I think I said that I was the only one that said that the Steelers might have a chance against the Bills last week.
I thought you were crazy, man.
They came out with a win. I know they're always a tough team, and the Raiders looked good last week. They came back and like you were saying, Derek Carr looked real clutch this week, and he got them in field goal range, I think it was, and then he won it in overtime for them, right? So I think that's going to be a good game, the Steelers versus Raiders, and I'm taking the underdog, the 6-point underdog Raiders. Book it.
Wow, nice. A book. Charlie, I guess you're gonna have to do your book it now, man.
I guess I am, and I'm gonna get my Cowboys as my team. I know that the Chargers beat Washington and Washington beat the Giants, but I don't really know how good those teams are. Washington didn't look very good at the beginning of the game, and their defense picked up along the way, but still, to give the Giants the 29 points, and they took touchdowns away from the Giants, and the Chargers beat Washington by 3. And like I tell you, I think Dallas looked really good. I know that they're going to be missing a lineman and a couple of defensive linemen. Well, the 2 starting defensive ends. But I still think that the Cowboys should win that game. The Cowboys will win that game. Book it.
Woo! Another book.
They're away. They're over there, but
So you don't think using those 2 defensive ends is going to make a big difference?
I don't think they looked that great in the first game, and the defense still played decent. I think that their backups could play just as well. The one that we have to worry more about is the offensive lineman Collins missing the game and missing 5 in a row. That's what we have to, and more than the defensive guys.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll give you my book it, I guess. Now, I like the way the Rams looked last week. They're 3.5-point favorite, I think, over the Colts. And I think the Rams are going to take that one easier than what we think. Book that. So we'll see how we do with our book it. And it's at least this week we have a little bit more of a feel for it. There's a game that I like, and I want to get your opinion on this game. 49ers at the Eagles. What do you guys? The Eagles looked really good last week, but so did the 49ers. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm not a big Jalen Hurts fan, but he's been proving me wrong. I mean, he's been doing pretty good. I mean, so you can't you can't continue to go against them. But I'm gonna try one more time, and I think the 49ers defense is gonna be they're gonna kind of expose them. And I think that if he passes this test, then I'll start kind of like giving him a little bit more credit. But till he proves me wrong against the 49ers, I think the 49ers they're going to crush the Eagles this week.
And Tom Brady still hasn't proved you wrong, or what? This guy, one win is going to prove you wrong, but Tom Brady's Super Bowls will not prove you wrong.
No, it's a couple of wins.
Hey, are they playing this week? Are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing this week? Oh yeah, they are. They're playing the Falcons.
Yeah.
That should be a win for the Buccaneers also, huh?
Yeah. So are we previewing the Cowboys or are we You want to preview the Cowboys game this week?
I think we should. Gilbert, why don't you start?
Well, I mean, let me just piggyback on what Charlie was saying. I'm really concerned about that offensive line. We're going to start a second-year undrafted free agent at that tackle position, and going up against Joey Bosa. I mean, maybe top 5 rusher. I mean, Dak. I remember when we had a tackle out against the Atlanta Falcons, we made the guy like an All-Pro. I forgot who it was. He got a huge contract. He had like 5 sacks against the Cowboys that game. So we need to probably chip block and keep a backup there. Maybe move a tight end, and I mean it's going to be tough. I'm really concerned about this game this week because of all our guys out and no pass rush at all. Justin Herbert, I think he's going to throw for over 400 yards.
Wow.
So you think Cowboys are going to lose?
I think so.
Wow, that's depressing.
Yeah, no, I think the defensive coach actually is going to be very concerned, and he's not just going to have a 4-man rush. They're going to have to come in from different angles and through the middle and cornerback blitzes, and they're going to have to be doing their thing a lot more often than they're used to. And that's just, I think they're going to call that game like that just because of the concern of not having their 2 defensive ends. So I think that'll be taken care of.
I mean, look what Justin Herbert did against the Washington Redskins was probably the best pass rushing defensive line. Imagine him just standing back there and having that target practice.
The Redskins didn't look that great in rushing the passer. At times they looked good. At times they got to the quarterback, but most of the time the QB had his time to throw. Jones did a very good job against them.
What do you guys think the offense is going to do? Just more passing and no Zeke again?
No.
We're going to have to run the ball because of that pass rush. So,
either that or Dak's going to have to get rid of the ball quicker because he's not going to have as much time. So it's going to have to be quick passes, screens, runs. We're going to have to attack. If he's coming in hard, we're going to have to throw screens his way, make him second guess his rush. So.
Yeah. The only way that they could slow down the rush is by Dak getting the pass away quicker and knowing where the blitz is coming from, because they do blitz a lot. So he has to know where it's coming from and hit that spot. And as soon as they start seeing that he picks it up, they're going to have to hold off against him. So, and I think Dak's very good at reading the defenses at this time.
And so I'm picking the Cowboys. Carlos, are you picking the Cowboys or Chargers?
I'm taking the Chargers.
Oh my God, gee.
Cowboys.
That side of the screen, cover it up. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going Cowboys. I think they got it, man. They should do fine. As far as the defensive backs, do you think they're set? Like, you think they're going to do a little bit better this game? Not at all?
It's hard to say, David, because like I said, we've been giving the quarterback so much time, so it's hard for them to maintain that coverage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to even be worse this week. So, I mean, we got them out there in the island. They can only cover for so long. These receivers, I mean, in the NFL, they're just too good to sustain that much time.
And linebackers, Jalen Smith, what do you guys think about Smith? Is he not turning out to be
I don't think he's done much. I think they're going to rush Parsons a lot this week. They're going to put him at the defensive end position and rush him more. I mean, I think he's got to show up, man, because he's going to get cut.
Yeah.
He's not going to get cut.
Jalen Smith will get cut next year.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Parsons
Dead man
will have a
walking.
big
Dead
game.
man walking.
Dead man walking right there, Jalen Smith.
Off-season dead man walking.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know. There's it's going to be a good week this week as well, man. And I didn't pick all of the games this week, but Chiefs. They're going to play the Ravens. Anyone that you guys think on that? Do you think Chiefs are going to take that easily?
The Ravens defense didn't look very good. I mean, they got trampled, and I think that's going to happen to them again.
Yeah, I think so too. And there's not really another game that I think is a standout game. You guys picked some of the good games. The 49ers Eagles were the best one. Texans, I think, are going to lose this week to the Browns. I don't know
I
if
think
you all agree.
Seahawks might be good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think the Titans Seahawks might be good.
Titans. Now you saw the Titans game, Carlos. You said right this past week they looked
Yeah,
okay.
they did bad.
They did bad.
They
Ryan
did
Tannehill,
terrible.
man, I told you, Ryan Tannehill. I don't think he's a winner.
It wasn't him. They couldn't run the ball. Did you watch the game?
I didn't watch the game.
They couldn't run the ball. It was not him. He was getting hit behind the line. Like it was just terrible performance by the offense.
Wow.
That was the most surprising loss to me. I thought the Titans were gonna compete with anybody. I saw the guys in preseason running, the ones that running behind their main big back, and they were doing so good. And I was thinking, boy, these guys are gonna have more weapons at running back, and that is a huge line. We actually saw them in person, uh, and they're big guys. And I don't know what happened. To me, that was the most surprising loss last week.
They couldn't run the ball.
I thought the Titans were going to win, but they did poor.
So is Henry running out of gas? Too much poundage or what?
No, it's not that. I guess they just weren't ready to
They were
run the ball
hitting him
that
to the
well.
line.
They weren't. So
Henry typically gets better as the season goes on, though, right? I mean, towards the
Yeah.
end.
and
Yeah,
he
we- I don't think
normally
we can be
gets better as the game goes on, but I guess not last week.
See, I mean, and it's because that's why I was saying about Josh Allen. We can't really be a prisoner of the moment. I mean, it's one game. Everybody's gonna have bad games. I mean, let's give it 5, 6, 7 games, and we can kind of go back and evaluate on that.
Yeah, he's my quarterback, so he better win. He better do good. Charlie was happy he was my quarterback last week, weren't you, man?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. No, and my other quarterback is Joe Burrow, and he did okay. Guys, let's have a good week, and next week we'll talk about some of the good games that went by this week and next week's games as well. And we'll do another book it. Let's see.
and we'll be letting Carlos and Gilbert know that the Cowboys will win.
That's right.
We'll work on that.
That's right.
I hope so. I hope you guys are right.
Me too.
We are right. We are right. It's like we know we're right. We already watched the game. All right, guys. Y'all take care. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.
See ya. Adios.
Later.